Welcome everyone, and welcome to what I can only assume is my home. It's very confusing. Hey everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we went from RFC and now arrived in the Imperial capital of Alchemoth. Apparently home to the high-end tier, and this lovely woman as well. Unfortunately, she's riding solo because everyone else apparently got captured off-screen, but I digress. So, in this episode, we are following up on Shulk's promise. Well, our promise to Shulk. And we are going to hopefully speak to the Emperor or the King of this place and hopefully do just that. First off, I know we have been gushing about the looks and the improvements and so on and so forth, but I gotta say, this place looks a lot more bright and a lot more a lot more contrast, a lot more saturated.
Yeah.
In the original, it was flat colors, gold, and to be honest, it kind of looks tacky in hindsight. But I digress. But this area, it has so much improvement on it that if you look to the ground, you literally have gold with dynamic lighting. This is something that we dreamed it could have. And so much so, that's actually a point in which the director of this game actually talked about. In an interview for the Monado Archives, years ago, he mentioned that, you know what, we did the best we could with the Wii, and graphics weren't our priority. After the game came out, he did another interview saying, yeah, actually, visuals were a bit nice. In fact, though, he got to right that wrong, and it looks the way it does now.
Even the fountain looks good.
I'll say this was just like a pure blue flat color. Here you can see at the wall the disruptions, and I'm just rambling on. Things look good. Can I boil it down to just that? Things look good. I could point to anything. That looked good, or that looked good. Hey, that looked good. But I'm sure that you don't want to hear a 15-minute video of me doing that. I mean, Christ's sake, I spent like what the majority of the video told about how much I hate Juju. So I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna gush so much. I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. So much so that it seems like, do we know any of these guys?
What is it?
Welcome back, Lady Melia. I have fulfilled my duty in ensuring the safety of the Imperial family. You need not worry, my lady. Good to know.
Yes?
My lady, you are safe. When I first heard the news, I thought my heart would shatter. What news? You seem pretty okay. And if you want an idea on just how high up we are, take a look at this. Not that.
I'm just clocking it in just for...
In the original, all of this was mostly modelled, but the majority of it were flat textures. Here, that's changed. Now, granted, you can't jump from here and then immediately go back into Alchemoth and RFC. Just on a visual standpoint, dude, it looks good.
Even the textures on the water down there.
And I will say, if you go back due to those birds briefly, unfortunately, yes, they are 2D sprites with two frames of animation. It's to make it look good, but also hold back on graphical fidelity.
And I wonder if the Mechonis is still a JPEG.
Who knows? We'll find out in due time. And for now, let's it in and do what we gotta do. And just like last time, Because, like I said, everything's more vibrant, more colourful, and more regal. Hopefully Melia won't get chewed out, and how she can save Shulk.
Melia Antiqua, First Princess, has returned, Your Majesty.
Raise your head.
Your Majesty.
The Telethia rained havoc on countless veteran knights. You triumphed where they could not. I find it difficult to suppress these feelings of pride for you, my kin.
But, Your Majesty, I failed to return with any of the subjects you entrusted to me. My inexperience cost them their lives.
We will grieve for them, but it could not have been avoided. It was their duty and honor to fight beside you. They were all aware of your limits.
Emperor!
Keep those feelings of frustration close to you. It will help you to remember the debt you owe to those that have fallen.
Your Majesty, concerning such debts, there were others who aided me.
The Homs and Nopon that accompanied you to the capital, they have been arrested by Imperial security.
Shulk and his companions?
Yes, for reasons pertaining to the weapon this Shulk possesses.
Shulk's weapon? Do you mean the Monado?
So it is true. If that weapon is truly the Monado, we shall be forced to take action.
Why?
There is a legend, passed down through the generations, of a divine weapon, the Monado. It is said that the Bionis itself bestows the blade upon a chosen one. However, if the chosen one is black of heart, he will cause the destruction of the High Entia.
Among High Entia exist the good and bad alike. Homs and Nopon are no different. If this boy is the chosen one,
the Divine Seer's interrogation will reveal where his allegiances lie.
So you intend to keep them confined?
we must.
Father, Your Majesty. I assure you, Shulk is of pure heart.
As my successor, you will play a role of great importance. Calm your spirit and be patient.
Dear sister, I can see the Emperor's words have confused you.
Brother.
His Majesty has spoken. He recognizes you as the Crown Princess. You are to be the next ruler of the High Entia.
Me? And not you?
Yes. The Emperor asked for my counsel, and I told him as I tell you now. You will make a fine Empress. There is no one more suited to leading our people. You proved that when you dispatched the Telethia.
I don't know what to...
Melia.
But the soldiers? I am not fit to rule. I should visit their families and beg for pardon.
Melia, you know that this is not allowed.
I know. But it does nothing for the guilt I feel.
It is as the Emperor said. Grieve their departing, and engrave in your heart their great deeds.
I will.
You are right to question these things, but take pride in who you are. The Emperor has chosen wisely in you, Melia.
I am to be Crown Princess.
Yes, you are. The Ministries of Research and Records are united in support of His Majesty's decision. I Minister Lorithia have no objection to your appointment.
I understand.
I would never openly question our divine emperor. But the wielder of the Monado, the Chosen One, might be a useful tool.
You think so too?
Yes, but a lowly servant of the realm such as myself could never question his majesty. However, if the divine seer were to intervene...
The seer could free Shulk.
They should be exchanging words as we speak.
Idiot bird brains. What do we do? A fancy prison is still a prison.
What happened to Melia? I don't see her locked up in here with us.
Exactly. She's in on this.
Shulk, any thoughts here?
Melia won't let us down. She promised to take us to Prison Island. And she's not the kind of person to break a promise.
Okay, Shulk. You win. I believe you. And if you believe Melia, then no arguments from me.
Well, that was a cutscene and a half.
Yeah.
I've got a few things to say. Some good and bad. So, here's how limited the original Wii version was, in just that cutscene we just saw alone. In the original, when the Emperor asked Melia to raise her head, in the cutscene we saw in this game, she did that. It's amazing what a limited amount of animation can add to an elegant scene like that. In the original, it just snap cut to her head already raised.
Yeah.
It's very jarring and it's very weird. And I gotta say, Callian, whoa,
Yeah.
looked a little bit rough.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, for those who don't know what I mean, in comparison to Melia, you know, smooth skin, perhaps nice tan, or could be the lighting. Callian is more rugged. Yeah, sure, I can get that. You know, because males, they tend to be more rugged. He looked pale. He looked pale as hell, and I don't know whether it's the model or just the rendering engine. He just looked rougher.
Yeah.
It also didn't help that he didn't have much animation to him. Plus, he never blinked. And just the way he looked, it just seemed like, I don't know, he just looked...
I feel like he looked older than what he should. I don't know.
He also looks like he's like in a punk band. But just the way he looks.
Yeah.
But in the original, he looked more mature and I guess more royal-like.
Yeah.
So I think for the first time in this game, I gotta say, the original did Callian better.
Yeah.
Jesus. but anyway, though, all ranting aside, as we take in the visuals, it seems like we can talk to the characters now. Now, a word of warning: if you speak to these characters, all of them, then something will happen. But if you want to take your time and talk or do each character twice, you get some unique dialogue.
Yes?
We have never had any contact with the High-Entiate before. Perhaps they are just being cautious, just as we was.
Right.
We need the High-Entiate if we are allowed to get to Prison Island. For now, we just have to wait and see what happens. Wise as always, Dunban.
Yes.
Shulk, you no have to worry. Bird people not bad. Because look, they locked us in a nice prison.
Yes.
Everything be okay. Lucky think they're gonna bring lots of yummy food for us soon.
Ricky hopes.
Yeah?
The ones who came to meet Melia were also wearing those masks. What in the world's going on?
Yeah?
Melia didn't seem like a bad person. I don't want to doubt her.
What's up?
What's all this? How can they treat us like this? That Melia chick. Should I really trust her, right?
You are to be interrogated by the Divine Seer. Stand back.
Alvis! What are you doing here?
I see. So that is why you are here.
Is Melia okay? We didn't mean to cause her any trouble.
Rest assured, she is fine. The real reason you have been detained is not because you are outsiders.
You don't mean...
Yes. The Monado. You see, the High Entia and the Monado go back many years. Millennia, in fact.
Ah.
Leave everything to me. I shall see to it that you are not held for long. We cannot have the saviors of Her Highness treated as criminals now, can we? Free these people. I shall take responsibility for their actions whilst inside the capital. They are now guests of the Imperial family.
Sir.
I am required to report to His Majesty. Otherwise, I would escort you around the capital. Use this room at your leisure. You are free to roam the city or stay here and rest. Farewell.
Hold on, Alvis. I need to ask you...
Be patient. I know what it is you wish to ask. Do not fear. You will learn when the time is right.
The life of the rich. So where are we going?
Anywhere but here. I'm bored of this stuffy room.
Okay, then.
Ricky, find Melia for Shulk.
Ricky, wait.
Your Eminence.
What God want?
If you're after Alvis, he's gone.
What? Where did he go?
What happened?
We received an SOS from a small squadron repairing a transporter at Erith Sea. But the transmission was interrupted, and we have lost all contact with the squadron.
Sounds like they need our help.
Shulk and Ricky go help. Ricky and friends help people in trouble.
Of course. We're happy to help.
But you're outsiders.
Soldier man, not worry. Hereupon Ricky is here to save the day.
It is most appreciated. We need all the help we can get.
From prisoners to heroes, how quickly it turns. All thanks to one fancily dressed lad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since Ricky wants in, I guess I have no choice but to let the party and help him. And now, this is the first time which you can leave at your leisure, as Alvis says, and enter the capital for real. And how quickly it spawns you in, my god.
Yeah.
I thank the Switch for its increased abilities. It's no longer a lunchbox. So I guess since while we're on that topic, let's talk around the High-End and let's just take in their quest at their leisure.
Yes? Yes?
All done and all done and dusted. And now a little bit of fun facts about the High-End. If you notice that, well, we can't go in and talk to the Emperor because we're outsiders after all. I don't think Ryan can walk up to the throne and go, "What up, Kingy? Can we go?" Maybe? No? Anyone? Alright. Anyway, back to the High-End to trivia. In an interview, mostly High-End in cutscenes, a connection between the wings and their heads are oftentimes covered up. This actually done intentionally, just to hide the fact, because in the Wii version, it was actually such a crude look. It definitely showed the Wii's age, if not more so. AKA texture smudging, a lot of rugged and smudgy looks. So, as I decided to cover things up. And they also did an attempt to make the High-End look a bit more elegant and not like monsters. Because let's face it, if you just see like a random humanoid with, like wings covered up or wings just sprouting out, it's not a flattering look.
No.
So again, it is awesome to see that. Yeah, sure, these as little aesthetic consistencies here and there, they actually mean something. And we just saw that there's Nopon here in the Alchemorph capital. Seems weird. It seems weird how Homs is somehow an anomaly here.
Yeah, they're too low on the Bionis, that's why.
Well, but I guess Dixon is saying a thing or two. I mean, like, what? You couldn't give us like a calling card? You couldn't do like the typical thing of like, hey, tell him Dixon sent ya. Like some games do. And there are shops here, but however, I would say it's beneficial to have Melia in a party, for reasons I'm sure you get. Luckily, these things have escalators, so it's definitely a helping hand. Unfortunately, they only have vertical escalators, not horizontal, which is a pain in the ass. However, though, the flower gardens, and just like Colony 6 and Frontier Village, we now have an element in which collectibles are indeed the thing. So, have at it at your leisure and walk around, because again, it is definitely a benefit. If you couldn't tell by the overview, having auto run in a place like this is a much needed feature. I can tell you from experience that during our first time playing this game, we held the up on a Pro Controller so much that we actually broke the joystick. If a game makes you push forward so much that it breaks a joystick, then yeah, it's kind of bad. It's not bad though. Here's a vision of Melia.
So these are the Imperial family's beloved star drops. We have collected all 5. We should take them to her.
The Imperial family. We shall take them to her. A great description, Melia. I didn't know an entire Imperial family was just a gender, a single person who is female.
I'm not sure if these flower fields were there in the original, but if I really like them.
Yeah, it's so much improvement.
Yeah.
God, I love it. and you can talk to Parliament, and more often than not, they do have world building dialogue, or just a few little hints on how the world works every so often. So, with it being such a big place, as Al's just done now, auto-run is definitely helpful. My only complaint about Alchemov, and it looks like it's still sticking in this Definitive Edition. This place is so big, but yet NPCs, collectibles are so few and far in between and really spread out. This place can seem to be a bit too big for its own good. But however, if you use quick step gems, this can be mitigated slightly. Still though, while we're here, soak in the views.
Are you that?
Well, we're at the door of the capital, so I feel like we best get ready to go. But I think we'll do that in the next episode. So, let's say, guys, thank you very, very much for watching us. Ricky spins himself to death. If you like this video, be sure to like it. If you don't like it, well then, you know where to go. And if you want to subscribe to see more content like this, and more Ricky spins, then be sure to subscribe. As always, again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. What a sight. Stop spinning!